And yes, my favourite character in the entire part 4 is here. I fucking love Okuyasu. Okuyasu is such a beast. And finally going into this episode, we finally get to see the Nijimura brothers in action, and also have to fear that stand known as the Hand. So we kind of cut back to what happened with last week's episode, as we got to see that piece of shit Angelo suffer his fate. And from what I was finding out about this information is that he wasn't born a stand user, he just happened to attain it because a certain bow and arrow shot him. During his last day before he was about to be executed, he got shot by this arrow right through the face, right into the back of his mouth. I'm like, oh my god, that's got hurt. And finding out that what Jotaro knows is that this was one of the other things that he was supposed to find, because like Dio wasn't a person that was able to grab his stand by natural circumstances. That wasn't his situation. However, one thing I did like about that, so, like, this is the thing that, because, like, it was always a little bit weird, is that, you know, how he was able to attain his stand powers, and, like, one of the weirdest things about it is that, you know, the reason how he was able to, like, keep track on people and able to see where they were, I believe because, like, Jonathan Joestar's, like, his actual body was the one that was able to attain the stand as well, which I believe was, like Purple Hermit. I think that was always the one as well, and then also as well, Dio himself, he actually had the world, and this is the whole thing about Jotaro, is, like, I need to make sure that, you know, like, nothing like this ever happens again, and we kind of had someone that has, like, a powerful stand like Dio, who's actually goes into the wrong hands, that is dangerous. I don't know if that was ever explained everything, because I'm pretty sure, like, every stand is supposed to be different, and it's supposed to be, you know, original. I think that was, like, a weird, like, I've heard people say that as a plot hole, but I'm not too sure, so I'm gonna leave you guys to that, if that is a plot hole or not, in the original JoJo Stardust Crusaders. But we do get to see Koichi and, like, you know, Josuke, they're heading back, you know, let's head back now after all the crazy shit that's been happening. And then finds out in this fucking beat up dump of a fucking place, it's like, you know, someone's in there, you know, like, I can sense someone, and we get to see two characters right there, being the Nijimura brothers. We don't know who the other brother is, although he has Trillion on his arms, and then we get to meet Okuyasu, who's, like I said, he's my favorite. I love Okuyasu. Okuyasu is such a fucking badass, and you get to see his stand, the Hand. The guy was a bit of a dick from the start already, like, Koichi put his head out for, like, the metal gate, and he was putting his fucking foot through it, and, like, he was literally just choking out the guy, and then not to mention Koichi getting stabbed by the bow and arrow as well, and as people have made notice, yeah, he's still alive. So, maybe that opening might change or something, I don't know, maybe a sneaking suspicion about that. I've got to say though, the Hand is so, like, even though he's an absolute idiot and everyone knows that already, from, like, even like where Josuke knows that he's an idiot, his brother doesn't know. His brother is scared of his stand. Like, his older brother is scared of Okuyasu's stand, the Hand, because it's able to erase anything that pretty much the hand touches. And it's like, it was like, oh, I was able to scrape away. Even, like, stuff he's able to remove the space and stuff. He's like, I don't even know where it goes after I, like, use it. Like, he was able to actually, like, you bend space. He's able to remove the space in front of him, so Josuke can get in front of him and he can just keep punching him, and he keeps doing this as, like, oh, I'm just gonna keep removing the space, and I'm like, that is so goddamn powerful. Like, I'm like, the stand, if he wasn't an idiot, like, in the most part, he could use this for so many broken things, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. That's like, see, you always have to have some sort of weakness or something involving stands, and it's like, there's nothing wrong with this stand in general, apart from, yeah, he's just, like, the only thing is, like, he does need to use his right hand, obviously, to use this, and, like, Josuke was clever enough to know, saying, like, he seems very confident in this right hand, and then also there's something up with this, and I'm like, I really do like that a lot. It's like, he's being smart about this situation, but then he's trying to, like, save Koichi at the same time. He's like, yo, get the fuck out of my way. I ain't got time for this shit. And I love that stuff. You know, even little jokes that they had in the episode when you even got sort of, like, the whole Angelo thing, because he said, like, Stan tried to activate again, he tried to get a kid. He decided to break up the statue and then make it into a different one, so he couldn't move at all, only just his eyes there, so he couldn't be able to use his stand whatsoever. Making, like, the Angelo statue, and he's like, yeah, it's always been there, and he's like, yo, Angelo, and just Angelo, you can hear him mumbling in the rock. He's like, he's super pissed. Like, kind of concluding that fight, like, with the entirety of what happened with, like, Josuke and Okuyasu, who was, like, throwing some pot plants at him at the end of it. I really did like that. It was like, yeah, he just set them flying at that piece of shit. I was like, I really do like it. Although I'm the only person, although, like, you know, they have to obviously change some things, like, obviously in the sub, you can still hear, like, them saying crazy diamond, although, like, in the translation, it's like, they're pronouncing it shiny diamond, so that's probably what they're going to be calling it when the manga comes out over here, which I'm like, I don't want it to be called that. It's like, I don't want it to be called like Shining Diamond. You know, it should be the Hand. It should be obviously Red Hot Chili Pepper. It should obviously be, you know, Crazy Diamond. It's just, I know we ain't gonna get some of these and all that. Like, I think the one I'm kind of really worried about is like a certain Killer Queen coming later on. I'm kind of wondering what they're gonna change that, because that one's too obvious. So I'm kind of curious about, like, you know, what exactly they're going to be doing with some of these names. We knew that they were going to be changing, obviously, you know, Polnareff and all that, like taking out the Eiffel part. I believe in part 3 they changed some of, like, the designs, because I think they were fighting on mosques and stuff like that. You know, Jojo's, like, already been known to, like, changing a bunch of stuff from, like, the anime, from the, you know, from the manga. So I like it overall. Like, I think the voice actor fucking nails it. He beyond nails Okuyasu, because that's why I like, he was the one that really got me into like these kind of characters where it's like, I love this whole fucking like, yeah, like I love Yakuza kind of motherfuckers. And I believe he is the same guy, I think it's like I think the voice actor's name is like Takagi Wataru, I think that's the one. Like I know that he's the same guy that does it in All-Star Battle, and I think he does it in the Eyes of Heaven game as well. But like I said, I absolutely adore that voice. I think that voice is fucking amazing. I don't know like if he's in anything else I know about, but I remember like searching that up and I was like, you know what? He fucking nails it. He beyond nails that voice. I love it. I think it's great. Like that, whenever I've ever thought about Okuyasu in an anime, what do I think about what he sounds like? Like that. So kudos to that. He absolutely nailed it, and I think that's great. Like, I honestly love it. And I think just for, like, the introduction of the hand being broken as hell, but the user is an idiot, and then also as well seeing at the end, you know, seeing the other brother, I'm like, I want to see what the hell, like, you know, this guy's going to be doing and all that. I'm sure a lot of you guys are curious exactly what this brother can do, but what do you think about the whole thing about Koichi being stabbed? Yeah, I think that's kind of, like, hinting enough that what exactly is going to happen to Koichi. Not to mention as well that little funny bit that we had with Jotaro, and also as well his mom thought that was Joseph, and he was just, like, being super awkward, even at the, like, ringing the bell and all that. There was so many good moments and all that I didn't really touch up on the review, but it was like, god damn it. I feel like that it makes a little bit more saying like, hey, maybe you guys should just watch it, because JoJo Part 4 is great, it's fantastic and all that. Like, it's, you know, this is like, Okuyasu is the reason why I like characters like Knuckle from like Hunter x Hunter, or the reason I like, you know, other kind of Yakuza-like characters, like the ones from like Beelzebub and stuff like that. And there's a number I'm probably not thinking in my head right, but there is a bunch that are cool, and I cannot wait for you guys to watch this episode. And if you have, even better. That's all for me though, so I'm going to give this one a solid fucking 9 out of 10. I loved this episode. I thought Okuyasu was a great character. They did him justice from what they did. Animation beautiful. Loved the little funny little parts that we had with Jotaro in this episode, and it's just also as well that whole thing with the bow and arrow, like we're already getting more into the plot and I'm loving it. Already episode 3, still fantastic. But that's all for me. So if you love JoJo Part 4 as much as I do, then you hit that like and that subscribe at the bottom down below. But that's all for me, so I'll catch you guys next time.